What's going down, YouTube? What's going down, H-Town? You know what I'm saying? Well, I told everybody, you know what I'm saying, I was gonna do my video yesterday, but you know what I'm saying, I have to go get an MRI done, so you know what I'm saying, that kind of got pushed back to today. But as far as the Kansas City game and how that, as far as all that goes, congrats to the Chiefs. They a good team. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at, well, no, I'm not gonna say that, because whoever's in their player personnel department, they do a hell of a job. I know you know what I'm saying, I know I ain't been smoking in, you know what I'm saying, on last few of my videos, you know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying, for all my 420 and friendly folks, you know what I'm saying, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. All I need is one view from you anyway, you know what I'm saying. But from top to bottom, like I said, look at the Chiefs roster and look at ours. The Chiefs are built to win, like it or not. And even when, see, it's funny because I kept saying it. Draft another pass rusher. Everybody was like, no, we getting JJ back. We got Whitney. We good. Now look, both of them are out. You know what I'm saying? With Whitney, depending on if we make it to the playoffs and how far we go in the playoffs, that'll dictate. Gotta read like that. You know, that'll dictate, you know, when he can come back. But as far as Watt, you know what I'm saying, he out of there for another year. So, you know, it is what it is. But, you know what I'm saying? Let's get one thing straight before I continue this video. Our defense is not, our front seven don't suck. It's our secondary. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, they haven't been playing well, but I mean, like I said, what can you do? You know, Bill O'Brien, he put it out there. You know, the players that we have on this roster. You know, like, you know, the Corey Moores, that other safety Drummond. You know, and he was like, you know, that's what's on our roster. You know, he pretty much, like I said, you know, Bill, he doesn't call out people necessarily, but to name those guys individually, like those guys are the guys, like the bottom tier guys that start for us. You know what I'm saying? And that was his, to me, how I took it, that was his own little way of saying, you know, hey Rick, this is what you provided me with, and I'm basically having to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. You know what I'm saying? How can you expect me to win with this kind of, you know, with these kind of secondary talent? You know, and for one, I can agree with Bill O'Brien on this, because Rick Smith and his scouting department, I don't know what the fuck they've been looking at. You know, like the last few years, yes, they've hit Will Fuller, DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watson, CJ Fedora was coming on, you know, before he you know, suffered his multiple concussions and whatnot. You know, those guys were panning out offensively. Now, of course, like I said, on the defensive side of the ball, when you got scraps, how can you expect an elite performance from a scrap player? Like, let's call it for what it is. Like, will Corey Moore ever be an all-pro safety? Will those no-name corners that they signed, you know, from the practice squad and off the street and whatnot, are those guys gonna be all pros? Now, of course, like I said, and I commented on my boy Ray Ray video. Shout out to my boy Ray Ray. I commented on this video where everybody was talking about, okay, well, our defense and our secondary is struggling, so what can we do to fix it? And like I said, for the most part of my videos, you know, I've been really trying to push for an offensive trade, but here's a damn good defensive trade for you. just seeing as how the Cardinals just traded one of their picks for Adrian Peterson. Here's what I'm on the phone with Arizona. I'm saying, look, y'all season is probably going down the drain anyway. So we'll give you Dwayne, probably say a second from maybe a third, probably 2/3. You know what I'm saying, for Patrick Peterson. Now, again, that'll be an iffy kind of trade. You might have to bump it up to a second from 2019 in order to get him. But when you look at it for what it is, some would say it's too late, and then others would say, you know what, that would be a damn good trade. You know, because don't get me wrong, I like Sherman, but when it comes to player personnel, like it or not, and I'm not afraid to say this, when Watt and Patrick Peterson them came out, I was on Peterson over JJ. Hey, it is what it is. You know, both guys end up panning out and having good careers and whatnot. You know, but that would be a cornerstone move, and that would probably send shockwaves through the NFL if that trade happened. You know what I'm saying? But that's the route I would go. And the reason why I picked Patrick Peterson over Richard Sherman, see, Richard Sherman, he's been exposed, and don't get me wrong, Richard Sherman is a all-pro corner, but so is Patrick Peterson. And when it comes down to the two, Patrick Peterson has a far greater skill set than Richard Sherman. Here's why. Richard, you got to line him up on the outside, and he's basically going to play probably on the left side most of the game. With Patrick Peterson, you can deploy him anywhere. Right side, left side, slot right, slot left. You name it, you can slide him there, and that kind of versatility is what Houston preaches about. So, also from an athletic standpoint, Patrick Peterson still got some juice. You know what I'm saying? But as y'all can hear in the background, man, these kids are yelling and whatnot. So I'm gonna do another video shortly. But oh yeah, before I go, no, I'm not about to go just yet. For all you Texans fans that watched the game, the Chiefs game, if we all watch the same game, then looking at how their tight ends dominated the middle of the field. Demetrius Harris, I told you the dude was, if you get him with a right offense, he can do some things. It also helps that he's playing Robin to Travis Kelce. Like it or not, man, the NFL is trending towards bigger athletic players. Like it or not, the two players that I want on the Texans team that I've been rooting for since the start of free agency and the start of the draft: sign Ladarius Green, draft Bucky Hodges. Why? Ladarius Green is 6'6", 245, easily one of the, if not, he's in the top 3 when it comes to being the fastest tight ends, in the NFL. Now with Bucky Hodges on the other end, you have a 6'7" raw rookie talent. Also, by the way, he's I was sitting there thinking he was like in the 245 range. The dude is 257, and he's been that. I went back and did my homework. The dude been 250 plus, 255 plus since draft day, and none of his athleticism has left. I mean, at 6'7", 257, and you can run a 4.5. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and spot out all his combine numbers and whatnot. Go check them out. Go check them out for yourselves, and you'll see Bucky Hodges is a player that's worth going to get from Carolina's practice squad and signing him to be, a developmental player, because I personally believe that he could be that go-to guy, underneath when things break down for Watson. And like I said, getting Ladarius Green and whatnot, he's a type of player to where you can line him up as an outside receiver and run those same type of plays that Kansas City was running on us. Those quick out throws. You know what I'm saying? All around, like I said, those are my thoughts. And from a play calling standpoint, this last Sunday's game should have definitely been an eye opener to say, okay, Bill, you know what? I'm gonna get real creative. I'm gonna start using some of these plays, because if you like it or not, out of a bunch formation and you throw a pass like that to Fuller, dude gone. And like I said, they was running that with Travis Kelce now. Imagine if they'd have hit that with Tyreek Hill or something. You get the same result as if you throw that pass to Will Fuller. Odds are you're probably gonna get 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 yards. 11 to 12 if the line gets there and starts pushing, or if the team starts to get there and they push. But y'all get the gist of what I'm saying though. But as per usual, like, sub, and peace. And I'm about to do my next one.